what you missed this morning.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Katie.
Morning recap. Mornings with Dave and Katie.
I got a little traffic update for you.
Yeah, big traffic update.
It's kind of a big traffic update. Nobody's been hurt.
Right.
It's not an accident, but the train, there's been a train that goes through there every day, back and forth.
The Waco thing.
Yeah,
Waco
it's been
connection.
derailed. A couple cars just, for some reason, something's going on with the track right there. A couple of the cars got off the track, and it's not like you can just pick them up, put them back on.
You can't.
And move them. They're waiting for a crane to come in. So this is along Southwest Adams Boulevard between Santa Fe and Armstrong Avenues. So, I mean, I'm sure everybody's turned around by now.
I was going to say, if you're waiting to get to work, you're at the little thing is ding, 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 has come down.
It's still dinging.
It's going to be
just
dinging
ding,
for
ding, ding, ding,
a
ding.
while.
That's right.
Makes me think, like, what is the longest, maybe you have a story to share this morning, 460-KXOJ, that you've had to wait for a train. Where were you? And you can also use the KXOJ shout-out feature. Ours was in Alabama, and we finally had to, one by one, people would back up and slowly turn around. I think it was still
So
there.
it was stopped.
It was stopped. Yeah, you heard.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when the train is going by.
Or even that, yeah, that too.
And the kids, we would just count those cars.
There you go.
Count the cars. I mean, over 100 one time.
Hey, man, the train situation.
Yeah.
Highway 66 between Chelsea and Claremore, Oklahoma.
Is that another
I
one?
lived in they used to go out there. They used to stop on the tracks and let the tracks transfer, or trains transfer track somewhere out there. As I grew up, learned to drive 14 to 16 years old, I lived right beside those things. They would shut us down for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. You couldn't even get across the intersection to get home unless you drove like miles around the track.
You're stuck.
You could just...
Oh, yeah. I grew up with trains like all my life, Claremore to out that way. But, yeah, the train situation, I've probably got, I could say 50 hours probably.
I think
In your life.
You win, man.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not more.
So the longest time that I have waited for a train, 45 minutes.
Wow, where was
45
that?
minutes.
Where was it?
Well, it's in Bristow, Oklahoma. And one night after church, we were coming home. So it's about 9:30, 10 o'clock. We had all the kids in the van. And there's only a few ways you can get around to the other side of town.
Good morning. How about you? Train stories?
In Claremore, when my son was in his senior year of high school, those trains were stopped.
Wow.
And the whole city was cut in half. You could not get around the train.
Couldn't get there from there.
No matter
Wow. You just
what
can't.
You did.
You can't go
And
around.
That was several hours. I don't remember how long.
Wow.
Okay. Well, what's your name?
My name's Marcia.
Marcia, thanks for telling us about that train in Claremore.
Yeah, it seems to be the train in Claremore is
Yeah.
the biggest right now.
Yeah, we'll see how many other people talk about the train in Claremore.
I know.
The trains, you know why they back up and go forward. They back up for a little bit and detach from them, and then another caboose comes on and grabs it and pulls forward, and they detach a certain amount of cars, and then they switch tracks.
Oh, so you have to go forward and backward to do that. It's like backing your truck up to the boat or the camper or something
There you
like
go.
that.
Right.
Okay.
Man.
So that's what's going
why
on.
It goes forward and backwards, and when it starts going forward or backwards, I always find my way around it because I know it's going to be a half an hour.
They're busy.
So that one's probably what's going on in Sand Springs.
Yeah,
I would
sounds like
assume.
it. Well, that's...
Right. There's a main switchover station there. I used to live in Toledo, Ohio, where they had a switchover station. And
It's a switchover station.
Look
See
at
what we
that.
don't know
they
about
pull
trains.
300 cars, and the first 50 are going towards L.A., and the next 50 are going towards, Houston. So they switch it to get different cabooses to hook them up to go somewhere else.
Wow. That is so cool.
You know what I think is so cool is sometimes you'll see a really, really long train and there's like 2 engines in the front.
Yeah.
And a couple of cabooses in the back. Are the cabooses pushing?
Sometimes.
Oh,
So they've
wow.
got you pulling and you're pushing going on.
Okay.
Wow.
I
That's
didn't
so
know that.
cool.
Thanks for that. What's your name?
Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks for the info.
Appreciate you.
All right, bye.
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 What
Good
we
to know.
learn from
I
our
know.
listeners. I love it.
Left out of Oklahoma City and rode all the way down to Fort Worth.
Uh-huh.
And when we got there, I mean, it was a great trip and had a lot of fun. You have about 2 hours from the time you hit Fort Worth till the train's pulling out coming back home.
You got 2 hours.
So maybe lunch at the most.
Yeah, so you figure out real quick how to use the bus system to get down to the stockyards.
Oh.
Wow.
There's a steakhouse down there. You eat, watch them push the cows through, and then you jump back on the train and come back home.
You might think about taking a trip on the Heartland Flyer.
Yeah, you've got probably about 5-6 different little stops that I guess people normally use it kind of like a transit system. They get on there, ride to the next town, get off, do what they got to do, wait for it to come back through.
All I can think about is Little House on the Prairie. And
Thinking Thomas Train
and
Engine.
taking Laura Ingalls to the train station
Yeah.
so she can go meet Almanzo. That's so fun.
Oh, that's
Totally
good.
forgot about that till now.
I know. Right about there.
Well, you helped.
Almanzo.
Good morning, Katie and Dave. I have a question for Katie.
I'm right here. What you got?
Okay, you said Laura was going to meet Almanzo on the train.
Yeah.
What did she call Almanzo?
We know
Manly.
Okay, you're a true fan then.
Oh, true fan.
Oh.
Aren't you? Mrs. Olson and
this. Oh, my goodness.
Nellie and
Nellie. Oh.
yeah.
Tell you.
Yes. In fact, I still watch them on whatever channel it is they come on cable.
Yeah.
Isn't it the best?
Pa breaks out his fiddle. I'm just so excited.
Oh, Little House on the Prairie,
He's about
yeah.
he's about to play a jig
Yeah.
right here. I get all excited.
He plays a jig for sure.
Hey, half pint.
Do you want to get up and dance on the,
Yeah,
to the
well,
jig?
sometimes I do, actually. And it's not pretty, but I do it. And nobody's around. It's okay.
Dave and Katie.